Man, she looks so pretty. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Double Up Custom, Mr. Double Up again. We're back at it, y'all. As y'all can see, we got the piston ring compressor in the top of the motor. So y'all already should know what we're doing. That's right, we're about to install these pistons. So, this is what I normally use when I'm compressing the rings around the piston. That way you can get it, to slide on in. But as you guys know, I can go ahead and show y'all. Most pistons are directional. So you see this little knot right here? That means that it needs to be facing the front of the motor when you install it. This is the front of the motor right here. This is the back. You cannot have that knot right there facing that way when you install it. It cannot be facing backwards. It's not going to work for you. Most of them got like a knot on them, or they got like a dot or some type of mark to let you know which way that piston is supposed to go. And then wherever that mark is, that's the way it's supposed to be facing the front of the motor. So it needs to go in this way, facing that way. Cool. All right. So got my piston rings. Oh yeah. Most piston rings, when they come, they'll come like this. Well, this brand does, because this is the brand of the piston rings I normally get. You see they got a 1 on there? So that'll be going to the top of the piston. See they got those grooves? This will be at the top in that little groove. Number 2 will be in this second groove. Then you got number 3. It will be in this third groove. And then there's some more slimmer, real skinny rings. They go in that third groove too, like almost like a sandwich. 2 pieces of bread with some cheese in the middle. One will go on the bottom, one will go on the top, and then that first bag that I grabbed you has like a ridge in it. It will go in between these 2 little small ones. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So in that third groove I was telling you, it will be this small one right here. Then it will be this one right here that goes just like this, like a sandwich. Then this one right here will go on top. So it will be sitting in the third slot. Just like that. Also, on piston rings, most of them on piston ring number 2 and piston ring number 1, if you look at the top of the rings, see if I can see this right here. Get a little close for y'all. Y'all see that right there? It says TOP. That means top. That's the first one. Here's the second one too. See that one? It says TOP, top. So that means when you put the ring on, the top has to be facing the top when you put it in. Same thing with the bottom. It has to be facing going upwards. So the rings are also directional. They will either have it stamped on there that says top, or there'll be like a little dot or something. If you see a stamp that says top, that means the ring goes on the piston facing upwards. If it has a dot on it, that means that the ring goes on that piston facing upward. So let's go ahead and put one in. So we're gonna do this like this. Oh, before I do that, almost forgot. You wanna put some type of lubricant on the cylinder wall when you slide it in. That way you don't scratch the cylinder or the rings or nothing like that. So I normally put some oil in there around the cylinder wall. So grab some oil. And me personally, I just use some regular old motor oil when I'm doing it. And I just lube up the inside of that cylinder wall. I don't go crazy having it dripping out or nothing like that, but I do put some type of oil in there. And most of the time, once I get it in there, I do wipe a little bit out of there as well. It just makes it easier. Me, that's my preference. Also, I will say to y'all, there are more than one way to do this. This is just the way that I do it. So I have never had a problem with the way that I install piston rings. So everybody out there, if you're doing it, do your research. To me, it's not that hard. It ain't rocket science when you're building a space shuttle. You know, well, I hope it go fast as a space shuttle. You know what I mean? But how about this? We ain't building no piano. We ain't building no piano. Y'all hear that? My little, well, anyways, we ain't building no piano. We are, but we ain't, because you do has to know what you sort of kind of doing, but it ain't that hard. It ain't rocket science. Now we got that out of the way. I'm just babbling. So anyways, we're going to put that third one on first, which is this one. Oh, I do have the pliers to put this on with, but this one right here is so flexible that it's really not going to throw it, you know, out of whack. It slides around like that. Now, we're in that third bag, so we have two number 3s. This is the oil ring bag with all the grooves in it. And this is the ring bag number 3. They're extra thin. So these are not directional, by the way. Yeah, like I said, these are not directional, by the way. So I'm gonna put that one. We'll go. Make sure everybody can see. That one right there will go underneath the bottom right here. So I'm gonna set that up there like this. Grab this little tool. This is the ring tool that I'm using. I really don't need it for the bottom one per se, but sometimes it does help out. Well, hold on. Let's do it like this. Because you really honestly do not want to stretch this thing. So I'm going to feed it around the bottom half. Like so. As you see. Now we got another one that goes on the top. Now when I put these in, normally what I do is, because it has that little slit, I will line it up like right here, this way. That's normally what I would do. I normally don't have them both going in the same direction. So this top one, I will put it to the other side. See how it has that groove in it right there? So I will put one facing this way, and then I will put the other one facing this way. That way they're not both, you know, in the same direction. That's normally what I do. Well, I'm not going to say normally, but that's what I do. I mean, I know once it gets to moving around inside the piston going up and down, it'll spin on its own. But me preferably, that's normally what I do. So I'm going to go ahead and put this other one on. Boom, 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 boom. Man down. That one's so thin, man. It's kind of hard to get it in there like that with the pliers. When I go to use the thicker ones, I'll use the wrench. But the idea is to try not to bend that sucker, man, because then you got problems. Just take your time. Don't be in no rush when you're doing this, because, you know, although bearings, not bearings, I'm not saying bearings, rings, they're really not that expensive, but you really don't want to have to buy another set because you got them in there wrong. See that? Got it in there. See how it's turning? Everybody see that? That's how you gonna want it. So as you can see, like I said, I got one groove right there. Damn, I don't know why I keep looking over there. Got one groove right there, and then the other groove is right. Get that to slide a little bit. It's right there. So there we go. All right, now here's the moment of truth right here. Now we're gonna take number 2. And we're going to put that one in this next corner. See? Much better, much better. Here we go. And I also do that one the same way. I'll line that up by that opening right there, the piston hole. So, here we go. Get that on there like that. See that, y'all? You also, well, I got y'all here. You're also going to want to squeeze that sucker and make sure that you got a gap in there, because you do not want it completely closed. You see how there is a gap in there? See that? If it was completely solid, closed like that, you're going to at least want to nick it so that you have some type of opening in there. That way that piston can flex. If it's not flexing, it's a possibility that your rings are not going to be doing what they're supposed to do. You definitely want it to be able to flex. So let's go ahead and let's get number 2 and number 1 in there, the top one. This is number 1. And again, make sure that you got it facing the top. There we go, the mark right there. So here we go again. As y'all see, I got this one going towards that way, so I'm going to flip this around. And I'm going to put it on like this, so they're going in the opposite direction. And again, y'all see I'm squeezing it to make sure that I got a gap in there. You see that? So I got my gap like I want it. So now, I'm going to take our Mr. Compressor here. Oh yeah. So we're going to take that. They got this tool that goes on there, and that's what you crank it with. So I'll push that back a little bit. Open it up. Open it up some more. Put that on there like so. Crank it down. Crank it down like that. Make sure my dot is facing that way. Got to take off this tag. ain't gonna wipe this. Make sure I ain't got no dust and stuff on here. So what I'm gonna do is, got my good old simile oil. Put me a little bit of simile oil on the ring. Sometimes this is when you need an extra set of hands, you know. Or at least a third hand, anyways. Alright. So before I do that, I want to make sure that my crank is in its lowest position when I stick that in there. Okay. So here we go. Normally, when I put this in here, I would give me a rubber hose, and I would put a rubber hose on both ends. That way, I'm not scratching the camshaft. But I'm going to guide it with both hands, and get it down in. Let me move y'all down just a tad bit. Oh, the brush the wrong way. All right, there we go. I'm gonna guide it in there with both hands to get it to go in there. That way, that I know that I'm not scratching the cylinder walls or banging up the crankshaft. All right, so here we go. So I get it in there like so. Just like I said, y'all, take your time. Take your time. Hold up. Ain't got that even, so do a little adjusting. There we go. Okay, now we can go tighten it up. So I get that like that. Once I got it in top of the cylinder, I'm gonna give it a little bit of love taps. If I can find that hammer. I'm ready to do it with this. I just want to tap on it to make sure that it's seating down in there real good. Okay. So then I would take the back end of the hammer. I had one around here, and I would just tap it down. As soon as I can locate that hammer, I will show y'all. I will demonstrate for y'all. If I can find it. Okay. Well. No, I don't do that. Okay, we're gonna use this maul. So stick my hand underneath it here. I'm gonna guide it, and I would just smack it on top of the piston, just like this, while guiding it down. I'll see it's in there. just like that, we have it in there. So now I'm going to take the bottom cap, wipe it off. I already installed the pistons on there. I mean the rings, the oil, the camshaft rings on there. So what I'm going to do is give me some more assembly oil. Put some oil on the rings. Not too much, just enough. Put some oil on the rings like that. Now, on the bottom of the piston rings, the rod, mine's have marks on them. So this one right here says 5, and that one there says 5. So when I stick it up there, I want to make sure 5 and 5 is facing each other, not the opposite way. So I'll look underneath of there right now and make sure that I got 5 and 5 facing the right way. And so normally what I do is I don't tighten it all the way down just yet. I'll put the bolt on there like so. Then I'll spin the block around. Okay, dope. Alright, we got that first one in. With this too, I try to keep a nice clean area, especially with don't want nothing to get down on these cylinder walls. But I'm gonna spin this motor around. Let's see, did it go that way? Here we go. Even though she empty, she got a little bit of weight to her. There we go. As y'all can see, she's all up on there. Normally what I do is I snug it down like so before I torque her. I would snug it like so. I don't go straight into torquing it down just yet. So now I'm gonna spin the motor back around the other way, and I'm gonna tell you why. This is the reason why I spent it back around, and I only like snugged it and I didn't torque it, because now I'm going to turn the motor around, turn the motor over. The reason I do that like that is I spin that motor around because let's say if I went here and put them all in, okay? I put all 8 cylinders in and then I went to go spin it around and it was like moving not like the way I wanted to move. I wouldn't know which piston to start at to know where my problem began at. So I do that to each and every one. Like when I go put this second piston in, I'm going to spin it around. And that is so if there's a problem that develops, I know where to start. I know where to start if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's good practice to do that. I hope this helps somebody. Just want to tell y'all, I am not a professional at this. So I just got some know-how. I don't believe that it's that hard to do it, especially when I know I can do it myself. I would say this to each and every one of y'all. Believe in your capability. You can do this. If you can walk and chew bubblegum, you can build your own block. Now, certain things you got to do take out to the machine shop. Don't get me wrong. But this is to me, it's pretty simple. And you don't know if you can do it unless you try. If you do it and it's just not for you, at least you could say, hey man, I gave it a shot, but I'm going to leave that to somebody else to do it. That's fine and dandy. But this is for the DIY guys and whoever want to be a DIY guy, or whoever just want to try it. Just you know what I'm saying? Just throw your hat in the ring. Give it a try. You can do it. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. That's all I got for now. Definitely catch you on the next one.